Здравствуйте, дорогие друзья! Сегодня у нас с вами вебинар по английскому языку, и сегодня мы с вами поговорим о этикете в Великобритании. Social etiquette in the UK. Если вы присоединяетесь к нашей трансляции, я прошу вас поставить ваши реакции в чат, ну а мы начинаем буквально через несколько секунд. Well, okay, let's speak English from that moment. And I have the first question for you. What does the word etiquette mean? Do you have any ideas? Write down it in our chat, please. So, etiquette, what is it? I give you some time to think, and if you want to share any of your ideas, you can write it down. Okay, so etiquette is rules of behavior, politeness, and social norms. This is the part of the definition etiquette. And from these words, we can have this definition. Etiquette is the set of conventional rules and norms of personal behavior in polite society. So, in Russian, I think it's clear what is the translation, etiquette, yeah? Okay, good. Let's go on. My next question to you, let's think about it. What qualities are important for British people? So again, some time for you to think a little bit and write down your ideas. So, British people are well known for their politeness, its behavior that is socially correct, small talks, its conversation about things that are not so important, for example, sport or weather, and punctuality. It is the fact of doing something at correct time and not be late. So all these qualities are very important for British people. They are a part of their etiquette. Today we are going to study about social etiquette, but first of all, let's look at these words. We will need them because we are going to talk about social etiquette and these words will help us. Before we start listening and reading our text, let's read these words all together and translate them. So I will ask you to repeat after me, please. Extend. Расширять. Firm handshake. Крепкое рукопожатие. Rare. Редкий. Hug. Объятие. Make eye contact. Осуществлять зрительный контакт. Typical. Типичный, обычный. Greeting. Приветствие. In public. На публике. Be aware. Что-то знать. Crowded place. Место, где много людей. Crowd – это толпа. Token – знак. Elbow – локоть. Second rate – второсортный, не самый лучший, не самого высокого качества. Okay, so we've read the words and now we are going to read the introduction of the article about social etiquette. After we listen and read the introduction, I will ask you to answer this question. Can you think of do's and don'ts of British etiquette? So let's start reading. Social etiquette in the UK. Are you planning to visit the UK in the near future? Since every country has its own set of do's and don'ts, it's worthwhile to find out just what it means to be polite before getting on the plane. Here are a few of the most important rules of behavior. Okay, so can you think of do's and don'ts of British etiquette? I'll give you some time to think about this question. Well, okay, let's read the article and find out. You listen to me and I will be reading for you. Let's start. If you're meeting someone for the first time, extend a hand to say hello. Britons greet each other with firm handshakes. Hugs are rare, but kissing on the cheek is not usual between friends or relatives. Also, it is important to make eye contact while speaking with someone. Otherwise, you will seem rude or insincere. Use titles such as Dr. Smith or Dr. or Mrs. Norris to show respect, unless someone invites you to use their first name. Address a woman as Miss, as in Miss Banks, if you aren't sure if she is married or not. Number 2. When Brits ask, "How are you?" they don't expect a long reply about your recent headaches or your sore throat. "How are you?" is a typical greeting that asks for a simple answer such as "I'm fine." You may compliment a person on their new haircut or shirt, but never tell someone that they look tired or unwell, unless you are really afraid that they may be ill. Don't ask someone how much money they make or how much money they've spent on something. Also, never talk loudly on a mobile phone in public, and be aware that taking a phone call during mealtimes is considered to be extremely rude. Also, you should say please and thank you in all situations. Number 3. Giving a thumbs up or OK sign are all positive gestures. Using your index finger to point at someone is impolite. Instead, extend your entire hand, palm facing up. In the UK, a smile is a sign of friendliness and even politeness. So, if someone smiles at you, return the gesture. However friendly Brits may seem, though, they still prefer that you don't get too close to them. Keep a distance of about half a meter from people, unless you are in a crowded place. And number 4. Sharing a meal with Brits shouldn't be a stressful event. Nevertheless, there are a few things to remember when you find yourself at a dinner table. If someone invites you over for a meal, bringing a small gift like flowers is a nice token of thanks. Make sure to arrive on time, and if you must be late, call your host to apologize. Always wait until everyone has food in front of them before you start eating, and remember to keep your elbows off the table. Also, it is very important to keep your mouth closed while chewing. Brits think talking with the mouth full of food is rude and disgusting. If you eat in a restaurant, expect to pay your waiter a tip that is 10% of the bill, but not if the service is second-rate. Okay, so we have read a text about social etiquette in the UK, and if you have any question according to the translation of any word, for example, you don't know the word elbow or something like that, please write down in our chat and I will answer this question. So you have maybe some time to think, let it be 20 seconds, to look through the text and write down any words that you don't know. questions, that's good. So again, if you have any question after, for example, next exercise, you can write it down and we will answer it. That is no problem. Okay, so next task number 4. Make questions following the answers. So let me give you an example how we will do it. For example, we have this answer. Britons greet each other with firm handshakes. So let's think about the question. Well, we have this example. How do Britons greet each other? Yes, sure. This task might be a bit difficult, but we love challenging situation. Am I right? Okay, let's look at the first sentence. So, answer number 1. Hugs are rare. Let's think about the question. What can it be? So maybe 20 seconds for you to think, to look at the text, and to create the question. The question is quite simple. Which way of greetings is not typical? Of course, it's just an option, yes? So you can have your own question, but my suggestion is this one. Number 2. Answer. A simple answer is I'm fine. So what question can we make when the answer will be this? Maybe 2 seconds for you just to think a little bit. Okay, let's check. My option is, what is the best answer to the question, how are you? Answer number 3, giving a thumbs up or okay sign. So let's think about the question, what can it be? It could be 20 seconds to think. Alright, my option is this one. What are the examples of positive gestures? And answer number 4. A tip is 10% of the bill. So again, 20 seconds for you to think. Okay, my option is, what is a typical tip in the UK? So well done. It was quite challenging, but we did it. You're doing a great job. Let's move on. My next task for you. We have some headings, A to E. Let's read all of them. Learn the gestures. B. Make small talks. C. Thank your host. D. Say hello. E. Dine with ease. We need to match them to the paragraphs 1, 2, 3, and 4. But be careful, there is one extra heading. Let's start with the first paragraph. What was the main idea of the first paragraph? Do you remember? What of these headings can we use here? Let's think. Let it be 15 seconds for you to think a little bit, and if you want to share of any of your idea, you can write it down in our chat. It's just a small reminder for you. Okay. So, the main idea of the first paragraph is how to greet. That is why heading D is the best option here. Say hello. Okay, what was the main idea of the paragraph number 2? Let's think and find the best heading. Okay, paragraph number 2 was about how to talk about nothing or how to make small talks. Yes, do you remember from the first part of our lesson we were talking about small talks. What is it? It's talking about things that are not so important, for example, sport or weather. So the things that do not require you to answer full. Well, and B is the best option here, no problem. Well done. Let's think about number 3. What is the main idea of this text? Alright, as we can see from the very first sentence, giving a thumb up, OK sign, using your index finger, these are all gestures. So, of course, it's A, learn the gestures. Well done. And the last one, paragraph 4. What is the main idea of this paragraph? We have 2 options left. It's option C, thank you host, and option E, dine with is. So, think and find the best option. Okay, so it's a tricky one because although we are talking about ways how to thank our host, the main idea is about how to eat politely in British society. So the best heading is E, dine with is. So yes, but you did a great job, you didn't make any mistake. So I'm very happy, and let's move on. Let's find these words in the article. Remember, when before we started to read our text, we read these words. So, extend, firm handshake, rare, hug, make eye contact, typical, greeting, in public, be aware, crowded place, talking, elbow, and second rate. Let's see how are they used in our article. Let's find examples of the sentences where they are. Let's start with the extend and firm handshakes. Or maybe it will be easier to find all words in paragraph 1. Let's do like this, yes. So you have about 1 minute to find all the words in paragraph 1 that we have in our box. Check these words. Okay, time is up. Let's check. Extend the hand, firm handshakes, like greet with firm handshakes. Rare, hugs are rare. And it is important to make an eye contact. Well done. I think that is all. So, let's look at the second paragraph. What words can you find here? Let it be again 30 seconds for you to think and try to find as many words as you can. Okay, time is up. Let's look. A typical greeting, then in public, and to be more exact, talk loudly on a mobile phone in public, and be aware that taking a phone call is very rude. Okay, so let's look at the third paragraph. Try to find as many words from the box as you can in the third paragraph. Again, 30 seconds for you to quickly look through and find. Alright, crowded place. We have only one, and what should we do? We should keep a distance about half a meter from people in a crowded, unless you are in a crowded place. Okay, and the last paragraph. We have token, elbow, and second rate. Let's try to find examples how they are used in the article. So 30 seconds for you to think. Okay, let's check. A nice token of thanks. It's one example. Keep your elbows off the table. Example number 2. And the service is second rate. So, we were looking at these words in the text because our next exercise will be connected with the words. So, we need to fill in these words in order to make a good phrases. Let's read all the words. From, between, typical, extend, talk, and be attentive. We have to use talk 2 times. Index, token, return, kiss, sharing, make. Let's start filling in. Number 1, missing word with your mouth full. Okay, 15 seconds for you to think about this phrase and write down your answer in the chat. Sure, talk with your mouth full. Well done. Number 2, missing words of thanks. What can it be? You have 15 seconds to think about it. Okay, let's check. It's token of thanks. Well done. Number 3, missing word, a meal. What can it be? 50 seconds for you to think. Okay, sure, it's sharing a meal. Well done. Number 4, missing word, greeting. What can it be? So some time for you to think about. Let it be 15 seconds. We have just read this option. Sure, it's typical greeting. Well done. Number 5, missing word, a hand. So, some time for you to think. Let's check. Sure, it's extend a hand. Well done. Number 6, missing word, finger. What is it? Some time for you to think. It's index finger. Well done. Number 7, a missing word, the gesture. I give you some time to think. Okay. Sure, it's return the gesture. Well done. Number 8, missing word, loudly. What can it be? Let's think about. I think will be very easy for you, so some time to think. Let it be 10 seconds and we will check. So, time to check, and sure, it's talk loudly. Well done. Number 9, missing word, friends. So what can it be? Some time for you to think. And this is between friends. Well done. A tricky one, but you did it. Number 10, missing word, on the cheek. So, your idea? And the right answer is kiss on the cheek. Well done. 11, a missing word, handshake. And the idea is firm handshake. Perfect. Number 12, missing word, eye contact. And it is very easy. 3, 2, 1. Exactly, it's make eye contact. Alright, so right now we have read the text about social etiquette in the UK. What rules can you tell me, or can you tell your friend, to give any advice to someone visiting the UK? So again, you can use all these words that we have just done. And for example, you can say this rule. A typical greeting in the UK is a firm handshake. So I give you some time to think about your rules, and if you want to share your ideas, you are always welcome to write them in our chat. Alright, unfortunately we have to move on, but if you'd like to share your idea later on, you're always welcome to write it. I will be very glad to read it. So, and let's think about our country. What do's and don'ts you can say about Russia? Let's compare the social etiquette of the UK with our country. I suggest you to think about the rules of do's and don'ts in Russia. And while you are thinking, I will just remind you the social etiquette in the UK according to the text that we have just read. So, rules for the UK. 1. It is important to make eye contact while speaking with someone. 2. Greet Britons with firm handshakes. 3. Compliment a person of their new haircut or shirt, but never tell someone that they look tired or unwell unless you are really afraid that they may be ill. Never talk loudly on a mobile phone in public. If someone smiles at you, return the gesture. If someone invites you over for a meal, bringing a small gift like flowers is a nice token of thanks. Alright, let's think about Russia. I give you some time to think and to form any do's and don'ts of our country. What should people do in our country and what shouldn't they do? Let's think about social etiquette in Russia. Alright, we can form the following rules. For example, putting a lot of food on the table is the sign of respect to our guests. We have a great hospitality, and as we know, we are trying to feed the guests with as much food as we can. Next, giving up your seat on a train or bus for elderly people is a sign of respect. Yeah, we all know that. Take off your shoe when you enter someone's home. Next, don't smile at strangers without any reason. And never shake hands with your gloves on. So now you see the difference between the UK and our country. What differences can you name? So, any ideas? Well, yes, about smiling, because in Russia we do not usually smile at strangers, but in the UK it's a gesture of being polite. Exactly. And let me do a small comment about taking off your shoe. Because in European countries and in the UK, in the United States, it's a common rule not to take off your shoes when you are coming to any house. So they are staying in what they are. But in our country, we are to take off our shoes when we enter someone's home. So this is again a very big difference between Russia and UK, USA, and all in other countries. All right, any more? All right, I can't see any more ideas, so I guess that's all about social etiquette. And my last question to you: what rule of the social etiquette in the UK you find maybe the most interesting? It's just a question to reflect on our knowledge that we gained today. Okay, so our lesson is almost over, right? And I will be happy to answer your questions if you have any. Я буду рада ответить на ваши вопросы, если у вас есть они. Хорошо, вижу, что вопросов нет. Тогда я желаю вам отличного дня и увидимся на следующих наших вебинарах по английскому языку. Всего доброго, до свидания.